A new fire is now burning in Los Angeles County. This one is called the Hughes fire. And this fire is happening even as the Palisades fire and the Eaton fire are still active. NBC News reporter Dana Griffin live in Valencia, California, with more, again, about what we know and what we don't. Dana.
Brian Kelly, some great news here. Firefighters have done an amazing job attacking the Hughes fire. Yesterday, we saw these big plumes of black and orange smoke. Look behind me now. There's just a very faint wind blowing. There's just a very faint level of smoke still in the air. That is a really good sign compared to just how close flames got to this local community. I just want to walk over here and show you. We've got the command post behind us. And just moments ago, Governor Gavin Newsom was here with a local representative, and they were inside this Command 1 vehicle, and they were getting a briefing. And I asked the representative, how did it go in there? And he says, things look really great. It looks like they saved Passaic. So that is such a huge thing for them to report. Right now, we know the fire has burned some 10,000 acres, but they have stopped the forward progression. Tens of thousands of people were under evacuation orders, and many still are. At one point, it was a very scary scene as we were seeing high schoolers evacuating their school under this ominous cloud of smoke. There's still a concern here in Southern California as those red flag warnings continue through tomorrow morning. So we are feeling some of the gusty winds right now. The hope is that whatever small fires pop up, that they can tackle those very quickly. And luckily, firefighters have been here. They've been on the ground and been able to get on top of those fires very quickly just because they've been pre-deployed across this region. Brian Kelly?
Dana, do we have any idea what, first off, I mean, I grew up in Los Angeles, I'm very old, it's been a long time. The magnitude of the devastation, what I'm seeing is just terrible. As you drive around the area, just as a resident, these fires are terrible. They burn people's houses down too, but what's it doing to just LA, which is one of the most important economic areas of the world?
Yeah, I think more than anything, it's keeping LA on edge. The myth that these sprawling LA neighborhoods are immune to devastating wildfires is no longer the case. And I think that's why we saw so many people evacuate yesterday. A lot of times people stay behind. They try to water down their homes, try to save their property. But because of those deadly fires we experienced just 2 weeks ago, the Palisades and Eaton fires, I think people are taking the fire danger more seriously. And it's leaving people on edge. This is a community that's been traumatized, and economically, we know that the recovery is going to cost likely $10 billion, maybe more. And so now communities are trying to decide, how do we rebuild? A lot of people want to rebuild faster, but some climate and disaster experts say you might want to pump the brakes and think about how you're rebuilding, spacing out homes farther apart, getting rid of those plants that tend to burn very quickly, and widening roads so that emergency vehicles can get up into those canyonous neighborhoods. So we are definitely in a moment where we're trying to figure out how to rebuild. There's been an amazing show of support from community members who have come together to support one another. But this is just the very start of the rebuild for this community and the communities that were impacted just 2 weeks ago. But we are still not out of danger because fire season, we're starting to see it. It's lasting almost all year long.
Not only a reporter, but a resident as well. Dana Griffin, thank you.